To Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New England Patriots. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Wide. Get 61. Matchbox lights. Get it.
Now Stidham on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
That defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Stidham. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that's often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
First down, here's White. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the double.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Check Mike, check Mike. Check 13.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Back to throw. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll look to throw. And an alley to run. The 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treat it as such.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by White. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Stidham to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 3rd down, Stidham escaping the pressure right. Going deep here for Edelman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Edelman was the intended target. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Down. 10-2 soft.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Bengals nothing.
Ready.
Mike 51. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hit it.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Taking it about the 16. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards, and the Patriots take over.
Ready up.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. About 3 yards there to the 27. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now Stidham. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with White. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
15, Lonnie.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for the Bengals. 48 yards.
That's good for our Bengals. First down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. John Simon able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Pats at the line, ready to go. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
54, right there, 54, Mike. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Check. Check out.
Protein spill.
SOS.
Five.
Stidham sets to throw on 1st. And an alley to run. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Alert 3.
They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Jordan Reed. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Rip left. Showing it.
Greystone travel.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st.
Chopper! Let's go!
Off the play fake. Here's Stidham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Slam, slam, slam. Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4.
Let's go!
Final play of the half, it's Stidham. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Here we go. Check 4, check 4.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Switch 61. Matchbox lights. Defense.
Now Stidham on 2nd down. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. How many times have we seen that? Third down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. Stidham now to throw on third down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Adrian Phillips, an all-pro as a special teamer last year, in on the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Second and 6. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll drop to throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought. Down.
13 yards on the play. That's another Bengals first down.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in Cincinnati. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. On first down, it's White. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
New England on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Going on the ground, it's White. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
At the Bengals' 13-yard line.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Come on, set. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. We own it. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Hey, you draw Corker. Check, go.
Here's Stidham to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't put
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time. Gets the sack.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's White. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. It's a big play there for the Patriots, and even 50 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is...
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Carl Lawson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. 3rd and long. It's Stidham. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Oh, Stidham's actually going to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Stidham. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Partner, I think the thing I'm going to take away from this game is that ending. Still hard to believe they score on the final play, and then for some salt on the wound, they go for 2 just to widen the margin.
Not to mention, they already had the lead when they scored on the final play. So I don't know if everyone on the team is a fantasy football player, and they're like, hey, get more points for our guys. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe a coach is looking ahead and saying, you know something, the more points we have might be the tiebreaker. But, boy, what a way to finish it.
So for the Patriots, the final 2 weeks are going to